Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
We're on the air. This is Network News for Thursday, August 10, 2023. In the headlines, opposition leader calls on Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell to update the nation on the progress of investigation into the death of Josiah John D. Robinson. Local pastor questions the inclusion of one sculpture in Grenada's underwater park. Government reviews legislations to address crop compensation and predial larceny. Also in the news, regionally, call for NIS to invest in renewable energy sector in Barbados. Internationally, U.S. greatly worried about Niger's ousted president. Plus, in the sports news, FIFA gives England forward Lauren James 2-match ban. Hello, everyone. Details right after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave bathroom tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening, I'm Kenroy. Baptiste. The opposition leader has penned a letter to the Prime Minister appealing for regional and international assistance for the investigation of unsolved murders in Grenada. Beverly Telesford reports.
Opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell has sent a letter to Prime Minister and Minister for National Security Deacon Mitchell, suggesting that Scotland Yard and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI support, be requested to help investigate 4 unsolved murders. The 4 murders occurred between January and June this year. One of those murders has garnered international attention, that of Josiah John D. Robinson, whose body was discovered on BBC Beach on June 18th. I strongly recommend that the government of Grenada seek assistance from experts in the international community, such as the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigations or the British Scotland Yard of the Metropolitan Police, to ensure an independent, transparent, and thorough inquiry into this particular murder case as a matter of priority, guaranteeing no possibility of any lapses or cover-up, Dr. Mitchell wrote in a letter addressed to the Prime Minister dated August 10th, 2023. The opposition opposition leader reiterated some of the facts of the case, noting that shortly after Robinson's body was found, an autopsy determined that the young man had died of accidental drowning. A second autopsy by Professor Hubert Daisley, a forensic pathologist from Trinidad and Tobago, found that Robinson's death was caused by manual strangulation. Acting Police Commissioner Don McKenzie recently said police had neither found nor identified a motive for Robinson's murder. Dr. Mitchell said in the letter, and I quote, "I therefore suggest that as Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, you should update the nation on the progress of the investigation, along with representatives from the Royal Grenada Police Force. Grenadians at home and the world at large must see the efficiency and transparency of the process. It has been almost 2 months without any discernible progress by the RGPF in this murder investigation." End quote. Dr. Mitchell called for the necessary support for the Criminal Investigation Department to help solve John T's murder and the other 3 unsolved murders. The Eastern Caribbean Alliance for Diversity and Equality, ECADE, based in St. Lucia, said in a recent statement that Robinson's death has caused distress among lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer people in Grenada and across the Eastern Caribbean. More than a month after his death, there appears to be little progress on the case. The few updates that have been made available to the public have revealed little urgency in seeking a perpetrator or motive for his murder. Visible and robust action on this case to find and hold the murderer accountable would signal that every life matters, including LGBTQ lives, ECADE said. Renowned American filmmaker and actor Tyler Perry and U.S.-based Grenadian-born consultant and publicist Yvette Noel-Scher have pledged $100,000 to anyone who provides information that leads to a conviction in the murder of 24-year-old John T. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Well, a local pastor is among many on social media questioning the installation of one of the new sculptures to be placed in Grenada's underwater sculpture park. There are reports that the statue does not align with Grenada's history, culture, or Christian beliefs. More in this report.
Grenada's underwater sculpture park at the Molinier-Bouchejou Marine Protected Area will soon receive an installment of new sculptures as part of the plans to transform and develop the underwater attraction under the Regional Tourism Competitiveness Project. The Ministry of Mobilization featured the sculptures on their Facebook page, stating that the new installment will feature cultural elements such as Jab Jab and Shotney and the reproduction of 2 original statues, which will contribute to strengthening the subsea and biodiversity while enhancing Grenada's tourism product. However, one particular sculpture has caught the attention of many Grenadians, and not in a positive way, as they are now questioning how it is a part of Grenada's culture and why is it going to be installed in the island's underwater sculpture park. The sculpture resembles the Greek goddess Medusa, who is known to create floods and sea demons. Bishop Devon Rocher at Agape Ministry says he has many questions that need to be answered.
I want to ask, what is the origin of this sculpture? What does this sculpture have to do with the Grenadian culture or Grenadian history? Why is this sculpture being considered to be placed in the underwater sculpture park? And these answers, once we get the answers to these questions, I would then want to ask whether this sculpture should rightfully be placed there. Because if it has no origin in terms of our Grenadian history, it has no tradition in terms of us as a Grenadian people, is not associated with our current culture. If that sculpture has any other origin that is an affront to our belief as a Grenadian people, whether that sculpture should be placed in the underwater sculpture park.
The pastor says that as a Christian nation, those in authority need to be mindful of what idolic symbols are placed around the island, disguised as tourist attractions.
I would also like to encourage persons to research Medusa. I would want to encourage persons to research Nagas in terms of how this sculpture seems to resemble those 2 types of goddesses, which are idols, basically. And we as a people say that we are Christian people. Now, the Bible speaks about the Leviathan and other creatures of the sea that are often referred to as marine spirits and so forth. We cannot be a people who wants the church to be praying. We cannot be a nation that is always asking for prayer and then we are sending to introduction of idols into a park that is supposed to be representing us as a Grenadian people and culture.
The bishop is also calling on Grenadians to stand firm in their Christian belief and draw closer to God.
We are the generation now who are facing affront to our belief. We are the generation now who are facing opposition to our belief. The question is, what will we do? Will we be prepared as a people to stand up and to stand up for what we believe? The people of faith, we have been preaching it. We've been saying that we're prepared to die for our belief. Are we really prepared to stand up and let our voices be heard? Are we going to cower? Are we going to be known as a generation that is afraid to stand up for our belief, afraid to let our voices be heard? Are we going to allow our voices to be drowned out by other agendas and other interests? Are we going to be prepared to stand up for what matters most, which is the word of God?
The GBN news team reached out to the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Mobilization to comment on this matter, but it was not forthcoming. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Police are encouraging motorists to utilize designated parking areas to avoid a $125 fee during carnival events. The warning comes from Inspector Ryan Smith, who's attached to the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
As a department, we want to advise persons to use the paid parking areas. For example, NIS has a parking area, Ariza has a parking area, and it's pretty cheap in comparison with the $125 that you have to pay. So we want person to utilize the paid parking areas, and this will also help in reducing the amount of obstruction that we have on our roads.
Motorists violating the no parking areas within the various towns during the festive season will be fined and their vehicles impounded.
The tow truck will be out, and there is a $125 fee for persons who violate the no parking areas, and $25 for every day that vehicle remain within the confines of the traffic department.
Inspector Smith detailed some of the traffic arrangements devised by the RGPF.
The traffic arrangement for all shows scheduled for the National Stadium for Carnival 2023 is that the no parking areas at the National Stadium, the no parking areas will be the entire ring road around the National Stadium, River Road from its junction with Lacqua Brothers Crematorium to Postle Lumberyard, Cherry Hill Public Road from Grenada Welders to its junction with Melville Street, Melville Street from its junction with River Road to SP's International Office, Cemetery Hill, Mountosh Public Road. The following areas will be designated as parking areas. We have for the VIP and so on, the parking area close to the VIP stand.
All right, so on Carnival Monday and Tuesday, a mobile patrol unit will be deployed to patrol Lotus Lane, Paddock, Karani James Boulevard, Grandance Public Road, and other areas in St. George to ensure there are no obstructions to the flow of traffic. The National Disaster Management Agency has announced its list of approved shelters for the hurricane season. We can tell you Information Officer for NADMA, Ruth Roberts, outlined the shelters in the various parishes.
Borgles Community Center, Harvey Vale Government School, Hillsborough Government School, Glad Tidings Church, Dover Government School, Mount Pleasant Government School, Harvey Vale Community Center, and Hillsborough Secondary School. Petit Martinique St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic School, Petit Martinique, and Petit Martinique RC Church. Talis Government School, Grandance Maranatha SDA Church, Montu, Grandance Baptist Church, South St. George Government School, Springs, Woburn Methodist School, St. George Southeast, Bethel Methodist Church Hall, Marian Prototype Shelter, St. Paul's Government School, Springs Open Bible Church, St. Joseph Catholic Primary School, Manjulu. St. George Northwest, Maranatha Independent Baptist Church, Happy Hill Secondary School, Uganda Martyrs Catholic School, Happy Hill, Montmorris Community Center, Montmorris SDA Church, Mount Morris Anglican School, Fontenoy Community Center, and Grand Mall SDA Church. St. Mark Fellowship New Testament Church, St. Mark's Secondary School, and Union Community Complex. St. Patrick West, MacDonald College, St. Patrick's Anglican School, St. Patrick's East, Hermitage Government School, Snell Hall SDA Church and Preschool, Rose Hill SDA Church, Rose Hill Development Center, Mount Rose SDA Church, Mount Rose SDA Primary School, River Sally SDA Church, and Samaritan Presbyterian School. St. Andrew Southeast, Mama Khan Resource Community Center, Telescope Primary School, and Subiz SDA Church. St. Andrew Southwest, Holy Cross Catholic School, Munich, Holy Innocent Anglican School, St. Andrew Catholic School, St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville, Rudge Grove New Testament Church, Union Community Center, Ford Preschool, Granbra Community Center, and Harford Village Community Center. For St. Andrew Northeast, Bailey Government School, Pearls Community Center, Moya SDA Church, the Sacred Heart Catholic School, Tivoli, St. Andrew Northwest, St. Mary's Catholic School, Lafayette, Marybo Pentecostal Church, Marybo SDA Church, Paraclete Government School, Paradise SDA Church, Maranatha Church, Lakabeke, La Poitries SDA Church, Monlong Pentecostal Campsite, Wester Hall SDA Church, Wester Hall Secondary School, Corinth Government School, St. Dominic's Catholic School, Petmata, St. Teresa's Catholic School, Vincent, St. David North, St. David's Catholic School, St. Joseph's Catholic School, Pomrose, Croshu Multipurpose Center, St. Martin de Porres Catholic School, Croshu. For the parish of St. John, Mount Granby SDA Church, Concord SDA Church, Black Bay Anglican Church, Newlow, St. Rose Modern Secondary School, St. Peter's Catholic School, St. John's Christian Secondary School, Maran Development Center, Closier Community Center, and Florida SDA Church.
All right, Information Officer Nadna Ruth Roberts talking there. This is Network News, still to come from us. Government reviews legislations to address crop compensation and predial larceny. Back in a moment.
Welcome to Spice Man! That blows from the seas to the Carnage.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch challenge and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Grenlec Community Partnership Initiative.
The classrooms that were refurbished as a result of this project really were not conducive to installing ICT into the classroom. Many of the windows were not functional. The security to the actual rooms themselves were insufficient. At the Maribor campus, the roof was also termite infested. The college is extremely appreciative of the contribution of Grenlec to this project to really enhance learning through the use of information and communications technology.
More chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
The biggest party in sport is back. CPL and WCPL return with more action than ever before.
Are you kidding me?
Watch the biggest names in cricket battle it out in the race for glory.
Brilliantly. Celebrate some more.
Get your tickets now at cplt20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
Grenada's broadcast of Republic Bank CPL 2023 is made possible by Republic Bank. We're the one for you. The National Lotteries Authority, Grenlec, and Hard On Plus.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every FET advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S. Speak to your children about positive behavior. P. Pay attention to them at all times. I. Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Y. You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Be ready for school with the coolest deals from Quartz. Shop today and get big discounts on cell phones, laptops, tablets, printers, televisions, and more. Plus, get a chance to win cool stuff. Shop today and pay later with Quartz Ready Finance. And stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield Extended Warranty. Save big with great deals and head back to school in style. Only from Quartz. Bringing value home. Offer ends August 23rd, 2023. Special conditions apply.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility.
qualify for a flexi credit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it, accessed using your debit card, and managed using AMI, Arise's mobile internet experience app. Flexi Credit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your Flexi Credit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Arise loan terms and conditions apply. Arise Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Spice Mass is on, and the NLA is granting you free access. From July 15th to August 12th, every time you spend $12 in the purchase of Playway, Pick 3, Cash 4, and Lotto games, you can win free access to all Spice Mass shows, all major private shows, and Monday Night Mass packages. Look for the words Spice Mass winner on your gaming tickets, and access is granted. Guaranteed. Simply redeem your winning tickets at the NLA's office on Grenville, Grove Street, or the Coronage for free access to all the big carnival events. Over 380 free access will be granted. The more you spend $12 on the daily games and Lotto, the more chances you have at winning free access to carnival events. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, the only diamond sponsor for Spice Mass 2023.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Rebecca Television Center, more plants may be needed given increased demand during the annual plant distribution season of the Ministry of Agriculture. You see, over 10,000 plants have already been sold since the start of the plant distribution season. Here's the report.
Sales of plants is said to be favorable since the start of sales to the public 2 days ago on August 8th. Over 10,000 plants have been sold at 3 locations thus far. 5,404 plants have been sold from the Ashinden Propagation Station, approximately 1,500 cocoa and nutmeg plants from Boulong, while reports from Moran indicate that 20% of their plants already sold. Prior to the purchase of planting material, farmers and members of the public were given tips on how plants should be handled, the planting distance to be utilized, and other do's and don'ts for best results. Here are the views of one farmer who cites the economic benefits of investing in these plants.
Noticed this year, though, that there was a number of spice trees, a lot of spice plants, clove and cinnamon and so forth. So a wide variety of plants, and it is a way also of, expanding what you're able to do economically. As a family, you are able to get plants for which there's a market. We know, for example, coconut water is an expanding market. There are a lot of coconut plants in different varieties here. Those persons who appreciate having beauty around their homes, there are a lot of different flower plants and so on. So wide variety. I was very pleased. Most of what I was looking for I was able to source, and I'm a happy farmer today.
Mary Sylvester, attached to the Ashinden Propagation Station, said they are considering doing more plants to meet growing demands. Government is placing emphasis on spice production this year.
Sales have been going very busy this morning. They were interested in a lot of the herbs, spices, and flowers. In terms of the herbs, we have a lot of clove, cinnamon, pimento, cardamom, a lot of flowers, which include like alamander, oleander, exora, desert rose, crown of thorn, roses. We had people like the housewife, we had gardeners, we had landscapers. So I think that we need to do more plants because the amount of plants that the people demanding, we doesn't have it. So we need to do much, much more. In particular, the flowers. The landscapers want like hundreds of plants. Every Thursday we sell plants. We are open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on a daily basis. Every Thursday after this week. But if you come in and it's not a regular Thursday, you can pay at the revenue and come with the receipt.
Farmers are encouraged to purchase as much as possible of the subsidized planting materials, as efforts are underway for Grenadian farmers to gain access to overseas markets to export their commodities. During the plant distribution season, high-quality planting material is being sold to farmers and members of the public at a subsidized cost. This farmer says he is satisfied.
Every year I'm always here looking for flowers to beautify my property. I always do that, so I was always anxious, always calling to find out when it's available. And I was told that it's open today, and I immediately find myself up here, And I'm pretty impressed because, the kind of plants I'm looking for, I realize they are available, and the price are very affordable, So basically that, So I'm just anxious to go and start planting my flowers.
Over 60,000 plants are expected to be sold to farmers and members of the public during the 2023 plant distribution season. Christelina John, GBN News.
The story to report: government is reviewing 2 pieces of legislation in a bid to strengthen the agriculture sector and specifically address crop compensation and the ongoing problem of predial larceny. More in this report.
Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture, Senator Adrian Thomas, met this week with members of the Innovative and Transformational Policy Committee and other key agriculture personnel to discuss 2 pieces of legislation: the Crop Compensation Act and the Predial Larceny Act as amended in 2020. Minister Thomas said the legislation is very important to transforming the agriculture sector.
We are serious about building the sector. We have, for the last 12 months, we have said to the farmers, we are serious about agriculture. A lot of the farmers have renewed their hope in agriculture. People want to get back into the sector. People want to leave their private job and get into agriculture, not only on the production front, but also in the question of agro-processing. The vendors want to get involved in agriculture. And therefore, if we are saying that we're going to do all of that, it means that the legislation are so important that we must address it now.
He spoke to the vexing issue of predial larceny.
Our approach is to make it a societal solution. It is a societal problem, and we have to make it a societal solution, which means that we have to get the whole of society involved in it. The community have to be involved. We have to point out the thieves, the people who are stressing out the farmers. The farmers need to get compensated for the hard work they are putting into the agricultural sector. And therefore, at the end of the day, we must live in a society where we are not fear of our own people, but we must live in unity in order to produce enough to feed ourselves.
Minister Thomas said another issue that needs to be looked at is compensation for farmers.
The pressing issue that we have in the agricultural sector is the question of compensating farmers for the losses that they have incurred through predial larceny, through animals damages, other areas that hamper the farmers, pests and diseases and so on. So those problems that we face annually needs to be addressed.
He said if government is to invest heavily in agriculture with assistance from the international community, Grenada must place itself in the best position to capitalize on opportunities when they arise.
Right. We have the ADAPT program, which is $500,000 we are going to assist farmers with. We have $10 million US, which is a soft loan from the World Bank. If we are going to pump all these monies into agriculture, then we must make sure that we have a system and a structure in place to make maximum use and ultimately to lay the strong foundation to build that very important sector. And we are doing what we got to do.
Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Many Grenadians now have an opportunity to gain employment in the hospitality sector as Six Senses Hotel invites all to its upcoming job fair this month. More in this Rena Thomas report.
Over 200 persons are needed to fill the various vacancies that will be available at the newly constructed Six Senses Hotel in Lassager, St. David. The resort and residencies are spread over 38 acres of land, offering 56 guest rooms, 7 one-bedroom villas, and 5 two-bedroom villas. The Human Resource Director of the hotel, Karen Bowen, says key senior positions have already been filled by nationals and non-nationals since January of this year. She explains that on the 18th and 23rd of August, the hotel will be hosting a job fair at the current government school and is inviting persons interested in the hospitality sector to attend.
Friday we were looking at engineering, and then on Saturday culinary, and really it's about finding talent, whether they're from St. David, in and around, wherever in Grenada. We're looking for talent for our resort. Six Senses is slated to open in December, and so we're looking for a number of different roles. It was 18th and the 23rd. We'll be having 2 more job fairs.
The job fair will start at 9 a.m. Persons are required to bring proof of their qualifications and other relevant documents. Ms. Bowen says that they will also be scheduling a special job fair for past and present students of the New Life organization.
Also, we're now planning to have a day for new past and present students. So if you've just graduated, meaning or persons who maybe have left NULO, and the reason for that is the developers have formed a very good relationship with NULO. They've been supporting Sister Margaret and the team in different ways, and for the owner, the developers, they're really very committed to really helping persons who have the ability, have the desire, but may not have all the resources for some people. So supporting NULO is one of those things that is really top on the agenda in terms of sustainability and making sure that we equip our different young people with opportunities. So we'll be.
The Six Senses Grenada Resort is scheduled to open in December of this year. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
It was Children's Day to enjoy Carnival. It's time to take a peek into the GBN ISO lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN ISO is brought to you by ClearVision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. ClearVision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ClearVision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Highlights of the Children's Carnival Frolic are at the center of tonight's GBN ISA. The bands paraded through the street of St. George on Saturday, August 5th, representing the different cultural aspects of Grenada. Patrons expressed delight at seeing the culture being kept alive, with portrayals of the Veco, Shotney, and even the Wild Indian. We thank our citizen journalist for that submission. Our ISA line is open for your submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead in network news, a mass band leader on a journey to raise awareness of Black history. We'll talk about that. Stay with us.
It's been a whole year, and I could tell my people itching for it. That Soca Mona Tabanka have them, and I know exactly why.
I've been waiting
for the greatest show on the earth, and it happens right here. All Grenadians, the time has come again to the stadium, because this one promises to be epic. This one promises to be the question is, are you ready for the mass again? Are you ready to? Are you ready to? Who is ready to? For their favorite artists? Who ready to follow their commands when they tell you to? You better be, because something coming, and I can't explain it. Come this Friday, August 11th, 8 p.m., National Stadium.
It's the 4th edition of Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year promotion. Cuatro Punto Cero. It's unbelievably amazing. You can win free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free cable, TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free passes to Sunshine Promotion events for 2023, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a lunch package. Be sure to fill out the entry forms and enter it into the marked entry boxes at all Hubbard's departments and at participating outlets. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2023. Draws will be held every 2 weeks. Terms and conditions apply.
My name is Alimaka Motley. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
Or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
When I'm getting ready for the road, I ensure to turn off the tap when I'm brushing my teeth and soaping up in the shower. These simple steps save gallons of water. A true masquerader saves water. And just so already.
Save water! Save water!
The NLA is giving you more
chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
Welcome back. A regional meeting will be held ahead of the United Nations Conference on Small Island Developing States. More details in this report.
Ahead of the United Nations Conference of Small Island Developing States, SIDS, scheduled for next year in Antigua and Barbuda, representatives of 16 small island developing states gathered in St. Vincent and the Grenadines this week to assess development progress and agree on priorities. The Caribbean SIDS, Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago are battling unique challenges, including rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and changing weather patterns that are threatening ecosystems and damaging economies. According to Kisel Melissa Peters, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, quote, "Our region is complex, but we share a special bond due to our small size and geographic positioning and our unique vulnerabilities. The effects of a changing climate and intense natural disasters, the impacts of various economic shocks, and cascading impacts of global political instability are major factors on our development," end quote. The minister further stated that this is a signal movement that we must assess where we are with a clear-eyed vision for where we want to go and define how we are to get there. Small islands are in the crossfire of multiple crises: climate change, inequality, and the economic and social repercussions of COVID-19, especially related to debt. The collapse in tourism due to the pandemic left large holes in the coffers of Caribbean islands and severely set back efforts to invest in the Sustainable Development Goals and climate change adaptation and mitigation. SIDS are responsible for only 0.2% of global carbon emissions, and yet they suffer the most from the impacts of climate change. The constant cycle of disaster and recovery leaves SIDS weakened and unable to implement adequate resilience measures. These countries are also large ocean states, and 97% of their territory is sea rather than land. For example, the exclusive economic zone of the Bahamas comprises of 654,715 square kilometers and is approximately the size of Germany and Italy together. As stewards of so much of the world's ocean, it is noted that a sustainable future for the planet relies on a renewed strengthened partnership between all island nations and international community. Lee Jinhua, UN Secretary General for Economic and Social Affairs and Secretary General of the 2024 UN SIDS Conference, said, and I quote, "By fostering regional collaboration and partnerships, Caribbean nations can leverage their collective strength to overcome common challenges and embrace sustainable solutions." The UN official added that the United Nations is committed to supporting these initiatives to improve the livelihoods of SIDS communities and contribute to efforts towards a more resilient and sustainable future. The Caribbean meeting is the second regional review meeting on the path to the 4th International Conference on Small Island Development States scheduled for Antigua and Barbuda in May 2024. One additional regional meeting will be held in Tonga for the Pacific region, followed by a final interregional gathering at Cabo Verde. Next year, the Global Conference will conduct a thorough evaluation of the progress made in implementing the SIDS accelerated modalities of Action, Pathway, a significant international development agreement reached in 2014. This week's meeting in St. Vincent and the Grenadines will adopt an outcome document with comprehensive recommendations and strategic plan actions specifically tailored for the Caribbean region. This document will play a vital role in the preparations for the 2024 conference. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Even as they engage in the revelry of the carnival season, Grenadians are being presented with an opportunity to learn more about Black history. Junior George, leader of the mass band Amazing Colors, said his recent trip to Africa has been an eye-opener for him and promises to use his experience to educate people on Black history.
Media outfit that we'll use to do symposiums, engagements, conversation about the history of our people, which I think is lacking, because if you have emancipation, but people see emancipation as a holiday, but really and truly there is history behind emancipation that is not really, a lot of the young people, they just see it as a day to stay home, or a day off from school, or well, not school now, but just a day off. But it's a start in the process of educating people. So we are going to use this time within the next, year or so to continue to have conversations on emancipation, on freedom, on liberation, on slavery, on Africa, on Ghana, the significance of the Cape Coast where we visited.
This year, the band leader has included bits of artifacts into his costumes as a start to the journey he's embarking on. He said they are creating an avenue for people to visit Africa.
In addition, we plan to have group tours to Africa within this year. We have already created a base in Ghana where we have a team actively working to facilitate anyone who looking to come over there. That's one of the drawbacks. A lot of people feel Africa is far and they shouldn't go there, or they can't go there. But we make it easy for people to visit Africa, and know that to visit Africa is really a spiritual journey, and it's an eye-opener for everyone.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Spice Mass 2023 is well on its way. Locals and visitors alike are in frenzy mode.
So lock in the date and don't be late as we partake in the Spice Mass activities.
Thursday, August 10th, Calypso Finals, Progress Park in St. Andrew.
Friday, August 11th, Bacchanal Friday.
Goofy and Power Soca Monarch.
Saturday, August 12th, Panorama, National Stadium.
Monday, August 14th, the world's most famous Juve. Pageant and Monday Night Mass, the spectacle of lights. Tuesday, August 15th, Parade of the Bands. And last, Spice Mass 2023. Come witness the evolution. Do what you want.
Parents, do you go to bed with the knowledge that your children are comfortably asleep in the next room? Or are they allowed to attend every fete advertised? You are responsible for the safety and well-being of your children, and it is your responsibility to know their whereabouts. Children should not be at adult events. Please guide your children, engage them in age-appropriate activities. Let us be spicy parents for this carnival season and beyond. S. Speak to your children about positive behavior. P. Pay attention to them at all times. I. Inspire good behavior in your children by also displaying good behavior. C. Check with your children. Always know their whereabouts. Y. You are responsible for your children. Maintain control to keep them safe. This is a message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
We've been working to improve our services at the NIS, and we'd like to share some of the improvements with you. We understand that the cost of basic goods is rising globally. To address this, we are pleased to announce a 25% increase in the weekly minimum pension payment from $46.40 to $58. We have also adjusted our minimum survivor's benefit payment to a percentage of the age pension minimum. widows, widowers, and dependent parents will now receive 100% of the minimum rate or $58 weekly, while children will receive 50% or $29 weekly of the deceased pension. We believe this change was necessary to ensure that our survivors receive the support they need. If you have any questions on how this impacts you and your family, please contact our informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Thank you for allowing us to be your Social Security provider.
Spice Mass is on, and the NLA is granting you free access. From July 15th to August 12th, every time you spend $12 in the purchase of Playway, Pick 3, Cash 4, and Lotto games, you can win free access to all Spice Mass shows, all major private shows, and Monday Night Mass packages. Look for the words Spice Mass winner on your gaming tickets, and access is granted. Guaranteed. Simply redeem your winning tickets at the NLA's office on Grenville, Grove Street, or the Coronage for free access to all the big carnival events. Over 380 free access will be granted. The more you spend $12 on the daily games and Lotto, the more chances you have at winning free access to carnival events. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, the only diamond sponsor for Spice Mass 2023.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Dance, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Sporting fans, good evening. England forward Lauren James has been given a 2-match ban by FIFA for her red card in the Women's World Cup game with Nigeria. James, 21, was sent off for stamping on the back of Michelle Alozie in this last 16 tie, which England won on penalties. The dismissal came with an automatic 1-game ban, which FIFA has increased, meaning she will miss the semi-final if England get there. The Lionesses face Colombia in the quarterfinals on Saturday, 11:30 local time. This story to report in the sports news. It was a second straight defeat for Trinidad and Tobago's under-15 boys at the CONCACAF Championship on Tuesday night. The national under-15 team exited the tournament on a strong note with a 2-0 win over Costa Rica in their final match this afternoon. Jonathan Mason and Jeremiah Daniel were on target for TNT. More in this report.
2-1 in favor of Puerto Rico was the final score at the Felix Sanchez Stadium in Santo Domingo, which meant a second successive defeat for Trinidad and Tobago at the CONCACAF Boys Under-15 Championship. Puerto Rico got on the board as early as the 10th minute through Diego Echeverria. That held until the break, and in the 53rd minute, Jonathan Mason equalized for TNT. But Echeverria, who plays for FC Dallas in the MLS, secured a winner for Puerto Rico in the 64th. Trinidad and Tobago head coach Sean Cooper lamented some of the referee's decisions.
They were gutted by some of the decisions made by the Canadian referee. A straight red card was a very bitter pill to swallow at that point in time where we were going for the equalizer.
With most of the players on opposing teams already competing at a high level, the coach advocated that our under-15s be exposed to play outside the region sooner.
In looking at the team sheets of both games we played, Honduras and Puerto Rico, you will see that the boys from those teams are playing at a very high level in relation to our boys. So you could see the footballing knowledge, the IQ, at key moments where it will tell. So, the only thing we could hope now to equalize this situation is giving our boys more international exposure.
This other story, Andy Murray celebrated on court at the Canadian Open. He won the Canadian Open in 2009, 2010 and 2015. Andy Murray fought hard to overcome Australian qualifier Max Purcell to reach the last 16 at the Canadian Open. The 36-year-old Briton beat Purcell 7-6, 7-2, 3-6, 7-5. in 2 hours and 47 minutes in Toronto. Murray will face Italian 7th seed Yannick Sinner for a place in the quarterfinals. Also through to the next round is Wimbledon champion Carlos Alcaraz, 20, who defeated American Ben Shelton 6-3, 7-6, 7-3 in his second round tie. You can tell you too, the Spanish world number one will face Poland's Hubert Hurkacz after coming through a competitive encounter with 20-year-old Shelton. That's the sports news for now. An independent senator in Barbados would like to see the National Insurance Scheme invest more of its available funds in the renewable energy sector on the island. He believes, given the trajectory of renewable energy in the national thrust of Barbados, it would be an important direction for the scheme to move into.
We must invest. We must have confidence in ourselves as a people as well to make good investment decisions. For example, I would have thought that the National Insurance Fund would have been the first to jump in on investments in solar, photovoltaic investments in Barbados. That is the perfect investment for a pension fund. It's long-term in nature. It is safe and secure. It avoids foreign exchange spent as a country. It's a perfect investment vehicle for a fund like the National Insurance, who has big sums of money that they can deploy into that type of infrastructure project. And that's the type of thing that we want our National Insurance Fund as our people to invest in.
Trinidad and Tobago's Public Defender's Department is making a positive impact on the backlog of cases in the judicial system. Comes from the institution's Chief Public Defender, Hassan Sheikh. More in this report.
40 local public defenders are being trained by United States advocates in a 3-day workshop at the Waterfront Judicial Center in Port of Spain. Speaking at the opening ceremony for the workshop, Chief Public Defender at the Public Defenders Department of Trinidad and Tobago, Haseen Sheikh, said the training is important for the members of the public the office will serve.
Right now, the Public Defenders Department is responsible for about 1,300 cases at the High Court level. That's a vast number of cases that we are currently handling and represents a significant amount of the matters that are at the High Court level at this point in time.
Ms. Sheikh noted the workshop would allow public defenders to improve their skills, be better prepared, and more efficient advocates.
Since our start in March of 2020, I am happy to see that we are responsible for the disposal of about 75% of the legally aided matters in the system. In the last law term, would have been from September 2022 to July of 2023, I am also happy to report that we have completed 194 matters. That's a significant number.
The advocacy workshop was organized with the assistance of the United States Embassy in Trinidad and Tobago, the National Center for State Courts, and the local judiciary.
Further afield, the United States is greatly worried about the safety of Niger's ousted President Mohamed Bazoum, according to the State Department, after Bazoum's party said he and his family were being detained under cruel and inhumane conditions.
With respect to President Bazoum, we are greatly worried about his health and his personal safety and the personal safety of his family. In all of the conversations Secretary Blinken has had with President Bazoum, inquiring about his safety has been one of the first things he has brought up. It is one of the reasons that Acting Deputy Secretary Newland wanted to see him personally when she was in the country on Monday, and it's a matter that remains of concern to us.
A recap of the headlines after this. A reminder of the headlines. Opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell calls on Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell to update the nation on the progress of investigation into the death of Josiah John T. Robinson. Local pastor questions the inclusion of one sculpture in Grenada's underwater sculpture park. Grenada reviews legislations to address crop compensation and predial larceny. Also in the news, regionally, call for NIS to invest in renewable energy sector in Barbados. Internationally, U.S. greatly worried about Niger's ousted president, Mohamed Bazoum. Plus, in the sports news, FIFA gives England forward Lauren James 2-match ban. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom. Once more, please be safe on the nation's roads. A lot is happening. Take care. We'll see you very soon. Good night.